So I provided permissions to everyone. Please let me know if anybody doesn't have the recording permission. Okay. So yesterday we discussed about connecting to the database server, and so we try to retrieve the data from the uh, okay, sorry.
ఎక్కడ హలో సాటర్డేనే కదా మనం వీడియో కాల్ మాట్లాడుకున్నాం. హలో ఫ్యాన్స్ కాదు ఫ్రెండ్స్.
ఒక్క నిమిషం.
మరి నాకు చాలా మంది ఫ్రెండ్స్ ఉన్నారు కదా.
అంతే మ్యూట్. సరే. So let me start recording. Sorry. Okay, now so by writing a select query, so we fetch data from the SQL server database, and then so we use write range activity to upload the data into Excel. This is one of the use case. Okay, and so here yesterday we have seen execute query, and when it goes to database, connect, we use connect, and disconnect is for disconnecting the server. Then followed by execute non-query. What is that? Execute non-query is for so what are all the SQL queries can able to place in execute query. So SQL command to be executed. So we'll see. Okay, let go for execute non-query. What is this? So execute non-query is so execute query would give you the result of the data table. Okay, so SSMS. We'll see one simple query statement, like a simple query like, and then we will see what is the result we will get in execute query activity, whether we will get, for example, if I delete something from the table by writing delete query, connect, so here you have to select what is the user defined data table is available. Select star from. See, like now most of the interview questions they will ask like write a select query. Select star from UiPath. Sorry, table, right? It's a database. Select star from What is the table name, ma'am? Select star from EMP data where name equal to okay. So name equal to, you have to put, it's a string, right? So that's why like now I am putting in single quotes. Okay, where name equal to, so there is no, see this will like now where, if I put where name equal to, so how it will like now behave, it will look for exact match. So if I put like, rather than equal, like percentage, small case. So even though there is no data. So N is capital letter. Okay. Where name equal to okay. So we got, so if I want to get where age is greater than 25 or is greater than 18, order by ascending. So order by yes, yes. So ascending. So order or after order by. So this where is greater than 18, order by is ascending order. So you want to display like no, based on the condition satisfied and display in the ascending order. So out of 4 records we got the result like no 3. Okay, so in ascending order. So if I remove this one, Okay, how did we get? So we get whatever the data is available in the table. But like now, if you want to get it in ascending order, means ascending or descending, there are two types. So this is order by, I can give name. Yes. Okay. So now, what are the column name we are like now we would like? So that column name we will give. So based on that, it will order the data in ascending and or descending order. So if I give descending means DESC, ascending means ASC. Okay. Okay. Now update. So this is selecting the rows, because like now most of the interviews they are asking this. Like now, actually they are asking how will you. I want to select top 10 records. One minute.
Hello?
Sorry friends. So update. See, the syntax for update is update table set uh, is equal to okay, 29, where emp number equal to 12349. This is what my query. So I want to execute this. Okay, so I want to write this and execute in execute query. So now I put this same query here and we'll see. Okay, so update table That means update table name we have to provide. Update table name set is equal to where this one, and command type is data table same. Okay, now so I will use what is this data table, right? Rows count. SQL was not separate. DB connection. Okay, so here it is same affected records control K affected records. So affected records will get the count. We'll see which no. See now 0 records. Step into will get 1 record. So what does this mean? So execute query can be used only for selecting the records from the database, not for editing. That means we cannot we cannot use for updating the records into the database or deleting the records from the database. So you got it. So whenever you are attending an interview, you have to tell execute query is for only for select so we can tell it say DDL, data definition language, or data definition language. That means that only for selecting the data. So when you use for execute non-query can be used for updating the data. That means DML statements. So data manipulations. So data manipulation is nothing but whether either you can update the data or you can delete the data. So we can, there are 3 types of statements. One is select statement, and then update statements, then followed by delete statements. So update and delete statements can be used in execute non-query only. So we cannot use execute query activity. So execute non-query activity can be used only for. So here the same for each and every activity. Connect activity is same. First of all we have to use connect, so it will connect to the database. That means like in order to connect to the database, we have to use connect. And after that, like what are the activities are there, so we have to use according to that. Okay, execute query. And see, most of the cases, 99% of the cases, so we have to use execute query only. Why? Because we have to take the data from the database and need to put it into, say yesterday we have seen, right, needs to be placed into the Excel. So usually in RPA we will use Excel is the input, right? So here also we will use the same. Okay, and okay, here, so I have written SQL query. Sorry. So we supposed to do execute non-query, right? See, the connection part is same. Connection string, existing connection, provider name, and then input also same. But rather than providing SQL select statement, we have to use, or we have to pass so we have to pass update or delete statements. So we'll see now. We will check that whether it has been updated in the database or not. See, where 29, what is the employee number? 12349. Okay, so if I, what is that? Okay, so it has been updated successfully while using UiPath activity as well. So I did not write any see, this cannot be. So there is one more important interview question. I want to get top 10 rows from the table. Only I need top how do you get the top 10 rows in ascending order, or top 10 rows or top 100 rows. Okay, select top is a keyword, top 10. Then star. Okay, so here remove this. I'm just telling. See, so this is selecting top 10 records. So we have to write the query like this: select top 10 star from order by see, I use name, okay. So instead of 10 you can use 100 also. So how many records are there? So in the real time we will have a number of rows, right? Not like 3 or 4. So you will have thousands of data or hundreds of data you will have. So you will get top 100. So if anybody while attending an interview, if they ask this, so you have to tell this. They most of the cases they will ask. They will ask update. They will ask delete. Okay, and they will ask you. Okay, then now execute non-query can be used for I want to insert one of the row into the table. The syntax is insert into emp dt. I believe this is the name of the row. Okay, emp dt. Insert into employee details. emp dt values of the, what is the first one? Name, right? So whenever we see employee number, sorry. So whenever you passing the values, so you have to follow the same order. How the column names are there, the same order you have to follow while inserting the data into the table. Comma, 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 and then another see. So for inserting the data and for deleting the data and for updating the data, so we will use only execute non-query. Okay, so we will go and see what is this top 10. Okay, so the data the new record has been added into the database. So this is similar to database insert query. See here, see we have seen execute non-query, execute query and insert. So insert is for input is the data table. Oh, table name. Okay, provider effect. What is this nonsense? We'll see what is this. Configure client. Okay, so already we configured, right? So here DB connection. and what is the data table name? So we have a already data table, and what is the table name? The table name is EMPDT, correct? So here already we have affected records. Okay, so execute now.
What is this nonsense? Zero
See,
columns.
so what is this? Insert incorrect syntax near the keyword from. Where do we use this? So we do not have any. Oh, display name is insert. Okay, so what are the properties? Here it is insert. Display name is insert. What happened? It is still executing. Okay. Insert data table only. Data table name we provided. See, do not think that even what are the software, there are a lot of issues. So don't think that whenever you are there are a lot of activities, okay, each and every activity will work in a proper way. Like this. What is it? Display, this is a display name, and this is insert the data into table. What is wrong here? Nothing, right? So this is not working. So execute non query we have seen, and start transaction. So this you will not understand. So even if I go under start transaction is nothing but so we will use existing connection as DB connection.
దాని ఒకటి అన్నిటితో కొట్టుకుని బ్యాన్ కొడుతుంది మొత్తం బ్యాన్ కొడుతుంది అవి కుట్టుకున్నాము అంటాము.
Okay, and the output is same database connection, control K database. Okay, so whenever you connect it, then you can write see, whenever you are working on when you have an experience to work on SQL Server, so there are some functions. We can write functions, we can write stored procedures, we can write views, and we can write triggers. So for that we will use start transaction. Okay, so we don't need to worry about this, don't need to consider much focus on this. Okay, leave it. So now we have seen all the database activities. Okay, now see, consider you will have an Excel file, and this Excel file will have 50,000 records of data. Okay, so whenever you have a 50,000 records of data, Excel doesn't accept. There will be a limit for the Excel. So it accepts only some 23 or 24,000 of data. So what about the remaining data? So it will truncate. That means it will not accept. So if we have bulk amount of data, so you want to access or fetch the data from Excel. What is the other way? This is also very important in real time or in interview question. So the way is, whenever you have your data in to bulk data, consider 25,000 records are there. So how you will get the data from Excel? So if you use Excel application scope on read range activity, so you will not able to fetch the data. So for that, you have to use another way of connecting to the Excel and fetch the data. So the way is, see, we have to use the same database activities. Connect, but whenever you use a connect, So when we are speaking about yesterday about SQL Server, so there is one what is that data source called ODBC database. Microsoft ODBC data source. This is for ODBC user a system data source name to connect to the ODBC driver through .NET Framework data provider for ODBC. Just click on this. And then so data ODBC. Okay, so then see here, use user or system data source name. So which one you would like to use it now? So you want to use Excel files, right? Okay, so use I have selected Excel, and then we have if you have a MS Access database, so you can use MS Access database, and then click on OK. See here we have a test connection, so click on that, then you will get so ODBC driver manager drivers SQL set connection attribute has been failed. Okay, so remove everything, remove this well as well, and remove, so remove, so now take connect. Okay, now click on this configure connection, and here so select system.data.oledb, click on OK. So connection system.odbc, click on OK. So Excel file, and then click on OK. Okay, and here click on. So then come to here, so the connection name, connection string, what do you have to provide? So here you have to provide DSN is equal to Excel file. So provide is equal to system.data.odbc. Okay, so this is not the one. OLEDB. Go for others. So it is a OLEDB. Okay, Microsoft dot jet dot 4.0 OLEDB data provider. ODBC OLEDB provider analysis. Okay, connection string equal to, okay, now it is, what is the data source I have to use? So provider equal to microsoft.jet.oldb.4.0 and data source equal to go to, see, we have selected others, right? OLEDB. So here OLEDB and then server name. Mm, okay, so come over here, click on this variables. So in the variables, write connection string. So it is a string. Use this. See, I don't want to change each and every time. That is the reason. So I selected. Come to the properties of this. So what is here? Provider and data source. So come to the end. data source equal to, so here we need to provide where our data input file is available. Go here, desktop, ఏంద్ర ಇದೆ
mosquitoes. ఏంటంటే mosquitoes మళ్ళీ భయ్యా కొంచెం కప్పటికే ఏమన్నా చేసి
so for example
నేను నిద్రపోతున్నా. I'm going to sleep. But I have one assignment to do. I will do that and do that in my and send it and then I will go.
ఎవరిగా మాట్లాడుకున్నాం. I will keep some 100 rows.
Down balena.
Just save it. Okay. So now to copy this path, shift, sorry, shift and right click. So this value provide over here up to here. So I have used, see, we should not use any double quotes into this. Remove the double quotes and see what are the errors are there provided. Provider equal to, so HDR. Okay, so here we have to provide one more double quotes because it is a string, right? Okay, I will explain you. So the first one is provider. Provider is a Microsoft det still there is an error. So provider is nothing but Microsoft.jet.oldb.4.0 and then data source equal to where the what is the file you are referring, and then okay, extended properties. So extended properties is nothing but it's Excel. HDR is nothing but you want to keep header data or not. So if you want to keep the header data, so we we have to use it for HDR equal to yes. So that is the okay. This is how you have to verify HDR, and then okay, come over here. So here it is. Provider is system.data.ylidb. So here control K DB connection. Sorry, so already we have DB connection, right? So we will do the same. Okay, and now use the same execute query. So in execute query, so what is the, we have to use the same. Okay, DB connection is already existing connection, right? So here it is also, we'll get the data table output, and here we have to write a select query. So here whenever you are writing a select query, you have to write select star from, you have to use brackets and dollar symbol. So sheet 1, because where the data is available. So sheet 1 is here considered as a table name. Look up. So here we have a data in S is capital letter. See, however it is defined. Yes. First, and then we will apply condition. So how you will use it, we will see. Okay. So here, so do you have any doubts? Message box. So data table dot same rows count. Okay. Sheet 1 we provided as a, see here, instead of table name we have to provide a sheet. See, we will get maybe some error in the connection. It is already open. Okay. Users, we close it, right? Path. What is this? Database engine cannot be opened. It is a OLEDP with the relation. We close it, no, maybe like no. Actually, like no, this. No. Let me go over here and here under processes. See, if you get an error like this, check Excel. So check any Excel file has been opened in this. Because of that only we are getting an error because already any Excel file has been opened before. So here I did not find any file. In the background process as Excel. Where is this? So there is no data, right? So there is no file has been opened with the Windows Excel. So I did not find any Excel. You need to view. It's already opened exclusively by another process. What is this? Disconnect. Maybe. So what is the connection we used? DB connection. So we used first disconnect object reference not set to instance on object. Okay. So step into Microsoft.jet database engine cannot open the file. Excel. So in order to check, I am creating one new file in the name of test. So where we will keep it? We will keep it in the same place. Okay. So close this. Test it, right? Copy as path. So same, only here what is this? Test. Extended properties, Excel. Oh. HDR. There is some issue. We will see this tomorrow. Don't want to waste right now time. What is this? Connect. LEDB 12.0. Okay. Extended. Okay, last try rather than using. Oh, we used 4.0 only, then even though why we are getting this. OLEDB connection string oh data source Okay, so we'll connect like now we will speak this about tomorrow. Hmm? Okay friends, see you tomorrow.